Live from Queensland Country Bank Stadium up in Townsville. Tuesday night action continues on SRL TV. That's the Broncos away from home, taking on the new look North Queensland Cowboys. This multi-purpose facility up here in Townsville. Multi-purpose, all right. We are about to get things underway in what is the most exciting thing going on YouTube at the moment. It's the Simulation Rugby League Premiership pre-season action. Game 2 set to get underway in a couple of seconds' time. It's the Cowboys with the ball on the tee. First up, Rohan Koval. Set to get things underway. Two captains, two teams with two new captains. We'll get to those in a moment, but it's the Broncos, hands on the ball, and it's Coda Diab within his debut match in the SRL, and straight away up through the middle for his first hit up for the competition. So what better way to ease yourself into a competition like the SRL than get the first hit up of the season? And that's exactly what Diab did, as the Broncos will look to make their way for their first set of the game, and they've done so far so good. Couple of new players on either side. We're going to go through these two sides in a moment because, let's be honest, both of them have been drained since season 2. Some new players to the SRL, but a lot of new players just in general to both sides. Bunty Kimbolo, his first touch in the SRL, good one as well. Dry conditions here in Townsville compared to what we dealt with down at Coffs Harbour a few moments ago. Obviously for me it was a quick plane ride up the east coast of Australia. Touching down just in time for kickoff, as we see Kobe Johnston make his way up in Cowboys colours for the first time, as well as Chris Lord, the new captain for North Queensland, hoping to turn the tides in what has been a forgettable first 2 seasons in the SRL. Only 3 wins to their name in 14 games. And the recruiting has been absolutely hectic from Chris Lord, and we'll go through those two lineups right now. So first of all, we'll go through the Broncos. Sam Herbin, hands on the ball at the moment. He's in the number 1 jumper, moving from the Seagulls in the off-season. A big pickup for the Broncos, who have struggled in the opening 2 seasons for fullback. And you'd have to say with Herbin in the number 1 now, it's a really good opportunity for the Broncos to have a good impact from the back. As see Raymond put a kick in early, picked up by Johnston, cuts that one off well, but Herbin, a couple of good darts up the middle early on here. So at the back with Samuel Herbin, Tom O'Mac on debut in the number 2 jumper. On the other wing it's Michael Crimp, who has also moved from the Seagulls. In the centres it's Justin Plays, the assistant captain, with Pete Veretto partnering up with Tyler Weston. In the halves it's a new combination, Levi Raymond partnering up with Cherry Evans after Bronson Dixon retiring at the end of season 2. Up front for the Broncos, Coda Diab on debut, as we've already mentioned. Jason Farrer, number 9, transferring from the Warriors in the off-season, as well as Lennox Prakash in the number 10, coming from the Rabbitohs. Second row, back row for the Broncos, Jack Spillane, Jordan Ford, and Pete Veretto, the captain for tonight's game. And the bench for the Broncos, Tyson Payne, the big Englishman, David Hastings, Dan Mason and Anthony Delaney, 2 players on debut who will be eager and nervous at the same time to get on the park and make an impact and be the player for the Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, as mentioned, Chris Lord and Damien Moana have rung the changes up in Townsville. And we see a new lineup, almost a completely new lineup, with Luka Moscow getting the number 1 jumper tonight. It was probably a toss-up between Moscow and Tyler Amatangi, as we see Damien Moana throw a good dummy and break his way through the middle. He's got Cambolo on the far touchline, decides to hold on to it, but Damien Moana, that's a good sign early. His first game in the halves after spending a season at the Warriors on the wing, and Broncos players up in arms saying that was a knock on by one of the Cowboys players. Either way, Kieran Wells gets it from dummy half, finds a skipper, Chris Lord, charging it up. A good opportunity here for the Cowboys. We'll get back to their side in a moment, but Johnston on the inside. Good charge up through the middle, only a couple of metres out here to the left of the uprights. Wells at dummy half, good flat ball to Cavall, charging it forward, can't find his way through, and in fact that's the final tackle. Possibly could have gone for a different option than a short ball to Cavall, but nevertheless good opportunities for both sides early on this one. Just finishing off or getting through the rest of that Cowboys outfit. So Luka Moscow at fullback, Gunty Cambolo and Tyler Amatangi on the wings, Zach Smith, Cooper Gronk in the centres. Cooper Gronk coming from Brisbane in the off season, so coming up against his former club straight away. Up the front, or in the halves, as mentioned, Damien Moana partnering up with Rohan Cavall for the first time. Up front for the Cowboys, Chris Lord, Kieran Wells and Casey Namana. And the back row, Jamal Kasakau, Callum Irwin and Kobe Johnson, the former Eel skipper, making his debut for the Cowboys tonight. On the bench, Stace DePace, moving from Canberra in the off-season. Robbo Mobiston, the stalwart here in Townsville, Thomas Wallace and Joseph Sangster. So some big recruitments for the Cowboys in the off-season, but a mistake there in their own 10, and that's going to give the Broncos a really good attacking opportunity here in the first 12 minutes as Veredo takes it from the back of the scrum, gives it straight to his new fullback in Sam Herban, and they're only 5 metres out here as Farrell looks left, goes right, cut out past to Tyler Weston, and Tyler Weston reckons he's got it down. Referees looking to the sidelines, and he's awarded it, so the Broncos strike early. Weston scores, questioning the double movement as Moana came around the legs, but the try has been awarded, and the Broncos score first away from home. So opening try for Tyler Weston. First try in Broncos colours. Definitely the start you would want coming to a new club, because Raymond converts, the Kiwi skipper. Broncos out front early, 6 points to 0. So a packed stadium here tonight in Townsville. Sold out just over a week ago. Ticketmaster was flooded, and tickets for the SRL went on sale in early May. And this game in particular was one of the first to sell out. The hype that Chris Lord and Damien Moana have brought to this Cowboys outfit in the off-season with all the changes they have made has really created just a sea of hope and just fans who are just eager to see the season start as Amatangi returns that one well, gets away from the first tackle of Raymond, gets away from Diab, and Amatangi will answer back for the Cowboys for his first try in Cowboys colours. And we are going to be locked up once again. A good try, good return from Amatangi deep from his own half. And just what the Cowboys coaching staff were hoping to see from this big winger. Obviously a lot of debate in the off-season once it was announced that both Luka Moscow and Tyler Amatangi would be making their way up north to Townsville. Who would take that number one jumper? As mentioned, Moscow has got the jumper tonight, but Amatangi is just as lethal in that back three. And that is positive signs for the Cowboys. Obviously these two sides have met in the past. Twice in fact. It was the Broncos who beat the Cowboys in season 1. But then the Cowboys, the only win in season 2 came against the Broncos in round 3, which was Magic Round in Brisbane. And so both these sides, obviously the Queensland Derby, but there's more to it than just that. These two sides have definitely got a history between them. As Gronk takes it forward up into his former teammates. Just on the Broncos side of halfway they go. As Moscow makes a good break off the right boot. Around the clutches of Evans. Could have been Tyler Weston as well. Short ball to Irwin, touches the grass, picks it up well off the turf as well. Good hands from Callum Irwin. The 10 metres out here, the Cowboys. Final tackle was Moana, puts it high. In fact, it wasn't that high. It was only a short kick, waiting for his chasers to come through. But Sam Herbin, the Maltese Falcon, comes flying through and takes it well. Hand stretched out in front of him. So a good start at the back from Sam Herbin. A couple of breaks up the middle already. And if you were going to debate who was the best off-season signing, you can't go past someone like Sam Herbin. You've got others as well. Chaz Dingo, a big win for the Seagulls, luring him back to the club after a season at South Sydney. Other players like Luke Malkus, who's moved from the Cowboys to the Raiders. Good signing for the Raiders there. Isaac Simons, who's gone from the Eels to the Warriors. He'll be lining up in the number one jumper tomorrow night, with Chance Bunce making his debut in the halves. But also other players like Jordan Williams, moving to the Panthers in the off-season. A good pickup by Nathan Fisher and his leadership team. Manly, we all know about the recruitment drive they've been on. Jackson Allison moving from the Broncos to the Seagulls. Joshua Butterfield from the Panthers to the Seagulls. A hectic off-season it was with trades and free agency. And season 3 is going to look nothing like season 2 in regards to the rosters we had. Tackle 3 for the Cowboys on the far side. It was Bunty Kimbolo taking it forward. This time it's Jamal Kasakau pumping it up through the middle into the tackle of Pete Veretto. Quick hands from the Cowboys. On the end of it's Moana. Standout player for the Warriors last season, Damien Moana. A surprise move, you'd have to say, to the Cowboys. And in the off-season, just changing his physique dramatically. Obviously, as we saw, that large upper body that Damien Moana held during season 2 into the gym has just transformed into now their 5'8", partnering up with Caval. That halves combination really wanted to sort it out early and really organise their forward pack come the start of season 3 next week. Good defence here by the Cowboys, forcing the Broncos inside their own half at the end of it, and Veretto has made a bit of a hash of that one. I don't think he was really expecting to take the ball on the final tackle. So a bit of a breakdown in communication there between the Broncos halves allows the Cowboys with a good attacking opportunity. They go to Cambolo, this big left winger for North Queensland. To Johnston, good short ball to Pace, who finds himself on the park just inside the second quarter of this one. They stay short side through Wells, back inside to Cambolo, again threatening on that left edge. Lining up against Michael Crimp tonight. So Kasaka will play the ball 2 metres out. They come centre field this time. Cavall on the toe for himself, and Rohan Cavall will go in just to the left of the uprights. And the little 5'8" caught out the Broncos defence, the big Broncos forwards. It looked like it was Lennox Prakash and Jordan Ford, possibly David Hastings as well. But good vision there by the experience of Rohan Cavall, and the Cowboys take the lead after going down early. So out in front for Cavall. No mistakes there. It's 12 points to 6, 26 and a half minutes gone here in Townsville as the home team take the lead for the first time. 34,000 people for this pre-season match, unheard of in the SRL. But if it is a sign of things to come, we are in for an absolute treat for season 3 as Raymond gets the game back underway. Stays to pace, taking it up. This time it's Kasaka up into the clutches of number 12 for the Broncos. That was Jordan Ford. It's Moscow, jinks off the left this time, showing all his skills in this first half. Definitely trying to impress the coaches as Irwin has thrown it forward. Not a mistake the Cowboys would have been hoping for their first set after the try, but nevertheless the Broncos will pack the scrum down on the 40 as Pete Veretto gives it to Raymond. Looking for Herbin on his inside, couldn't quite find him as they stay near side this time to Spillane. Trying to squeeze his way through and get his hands free, can't do it, plays at dummy half to Herbin. This time Herbin gets away, can't get away from Moscow, who comes across cover defence, takes him down well along with Mobiston, but still a good opportunity here for the Broncos. Spillane will play the ball 2 out, opportunities to the left, they go right through Farah. They go to Cherry Evans. He won't be able to get his way over. Final play now. This time Farah stays right. They go to Raymond. Over to the wing. This time it's Zach Smith who gets up and does well to stay inside the field of play. So good defence here so far by the Cowboys. But a good bust up through the middle from Sam Herbin. And he is already showing what he could offer this Broncos side, who you'd have to say who had a rather disappointing season 2 after the exploits in season 1 saw them minor premiers, and the frustrations boiled over and they lost their skipper Joey Kelly. The Australian skipper Jackson Allison moved to Manly, and it was left to Pete Veretto and Justin Plays to really build this team from the ground up. As we see Veretto with hands on the ball, this time he shovels it on to Jordan Ford, who cuts back on the inside, 15 metres out here to Broncos. Evans this time puts it up. Again, out to the wing of Tom O'Mac. Herman takes it down. He's been forced to the sideline and he can't get the hands free. So again, good defence from the Cowboys. But they are camped on their own line at the moment. Here's Wells. Finds Cavale, who gives it to Mobiston, trying to cut back on the inside. Good hustle by Wells, gets a good quick play the ball as well. Irwin charging forward. Wrapped up by Spillane, another good quick play the ball. Wells playing good at dummy half at the moment. Really vocal in behind the play the ball, Kieran Wells. On the halfway line they go centre field. They go left to Kasakau. A good 43-metre gain. This time getting out of their own half, the Cowboys, as they'll go back to Cavale on the 5th. Not a big kick for Cavale, just sort of punching it down to the wing of Tom O'Mac. He'll return it back. An attack. Tom O'Mac on debut tonight as they go inside to the skipper, Pete Veretto, the big fiery redhead. Tell you what, the amount of hair dye Pete Veretto goes through each month. They talk about global warming and trying to look after the environment. Well, we better hope that Pete Veretto, we better hope that's environmentally free hair dye that you use, mate, because we know that you try to look your best every time you get on SRL TV. As they play the ball here, the Broncos. Punching it down as Raymond. Almatangi takes it, knocks it backwards, says the referee. So play on is the call. That's your second. He's held there. Up now. As the Cowboys continue to work away at this Broncos defence. Johnston taking it forward. Haven't seen much of Chris Lord the last couple of minutes. The skipper's just in the back there organising things, you'd have to say, as Smith this time with the kicking duties. Kicking on the 4th. Finds Herman out of position. Wasn't really expecting the early kick. Does well to track back, but a good chase by the Cowboys. Led well by Tyler Amatangi, and it could have been Cooper Gronk as well. Combining well on this near touchline, wrapping up Herman before he has any chance to spread the wings and dart his way down the field like he's well and truly known for. Farrett dummy half. They go inside to Jordan Ford. Offloads this time. Can't get the ball away well enough. Cavale picks it up. And an unforced error. Forcing the ball there, Jordan Ford. Didn't really need to throw it. You'd have to say tackle 3. So another opportunity for the Cowboys inside the Broncos half. It's Almatangi. Forced back on a good tackle to play the ball. Again, Kieran Wells just barking at his players, really looking to the referees for quick play the balls at the moment. Moscow darks through the middle once again. A good first half so far from Luka Moscow. An intercept, an offload to Damien Moana. And Moana's going to go underneath the posts for his first try in Cowboys colours. So a good run from Moscow and an offload at the last minute as Moana darts inside his former teammate Jason Farrer, and too much speed from the former Warriors winger. And the Cowboys extend their lead here at home. Kick to come will make it 18 points to 6. We've talked a lot about the Cowboys outfit and how they've rung the changes, and they've found a few new players to come across or up to Townsville in the off-season, but also looking at the players who've stuck around. You know, Zach Smith at the Cowboys since season 1, along with Robbo Mobiston. In fact, that's half-time. We'll have to take our break and come back to that. End of the first half, it's 18 points to 6 to the Cowboys. Welcome back to Queensland Country Bank Stadium here in Townsville. Tuesday night pre-season action on SRL TV. And it's the Cowboys leading at half-time, 18 points to 6. Here's Sam Herbin gets the second half underway. And the Cowboys run right to left in the second 40 minutes. Some great tries in their first half and topped off by Damien Moana in the 38th minute. So it'll be interesting to see how these interchange players come onto the field. I know there's a few changes that the Broncos are making. Looks like Dan Mason is on debut, coming on for Jordan Ford. Tom O'Mac and Tyler Weston have switched positions. Sam Herbin looks to have moved into the 5'8" position, pushing Cherry Evans back to fullback by the looks of it. And you've also got Anthony Delaney on debut. Looks like he could be coming on for Levi Raymond. So a few changes here for the Broncos. As we see Delaney get his first touch of the ball, he goes inside and a good pass to Prakash, who in turn finds Veredo. So a good first touch for Anthony Delaney on debut here tonight. Meanwhile for the Cowboys, we'll have to wait and see. It looks like Almatangi's gone to fullback. Yes, he has. Moscow's moved back onto that far wing. So Almatangi gets the number 1 jumper for the second half. As Moana charges through the middle. Good run by Damien Moana, setting it up 22 metres out. Namana taking it forward this time. So a good opportunity for the Cowboys to open the second 40. As Chris Lord charges it forward. Into the Broncos 10 they go. Opportunities to the right. They go right through Wales. Almatangi stepping off the right. Over the line. Tyler Almatangi. Referee wants to go upstairs. I wasn't sure if he managed to get the ball down. I'm not sure if we're going to see from that angle. In fact, the bunker doesn't even want to have a look at a different angle, and they've said no try. So let off there for the Cowboys. Sorry, for the Broncos. And they've given the ball away on the final tackle as well. So frustrating opening couple of minutes there. I don't really know what happened. I thought we would have seen a different angle from the bunker. And anyway, we carry on and we continue to give you live play-by-play coverage. The Simulation Rugby League Premiership Season 3 launching next Tuesday night. A reminder, the 2 more pre-season games tomorrow night. It's the Warriors taking on the Eels. And then the Panthers taking on the Seagulls. Tomorrow night live here on SRL TV. And it's the Cowboys out in front at the moment. 47 minutes gone. And counting, 18 points to 6 as Namana makes another good run up through the middle. Encouraging signs so far for North Queensland. Wells continues to bark orders from behind the play the ball. As Wallace gets his first touch in Cowboys colours. Cavell to kick. Not a good kick. In fact, Herbin gets up and charges it down. Here's a bust through the middle from Veredo. Palms off one. Palms off another. Finds Diab on his left. And Diab does well to hold on to that one. He juggled it for a moment. But good support play. Then they spread it out wide to Tyler Weston. So encouraging signs here as they get the ball through the hands, the Broncos. A good quick play the ball. Delaney charging forward. Almost to the line. Only a metre out. Taken down by Wallace as the skipper charges it forward. Pete Barretto over the line for the Broncos and will go upstairs once again. It's a no try ruling from the referee. But from that angle, Pete Veretto looks to have got it down, no problems at all. So first try as skipper for the Broncos, number 13. And it will be Anthony Delaney to line up the conversion. Ran about 10 metres out from the left of the uprights. He'll come in and he'll strike it. He strikes it well, no problems at all. The Broncos back to a 6-point ball game, 18 points to 12, 49 and a half minutes gone. So restarted off the boot of Rohan Kaval, and it's Kota Diab who once again will take it forward from the kickoff. He is no fear at all, the big raging number 8. Tell you what, he hasn't had a shave in about 15 years by the looks of it. He is covered in here. As Pete Veretto charges it up, the try scorer and the captain. A big tackle on him though, looked like it was Kobe Johnston, no, Kieran Wells, sorry. As Delaney charges it up through the middle. Finds the markers napping. Good quick play the ball. Farah through the hands from Veretto to Cherry Evans. Offloads to Herbin. Sam Herbin in support, looking for his outside. Couldn't quite find Prakash as Veretto this time kicks. No, chasers weren't really ready. Namana clicks it up. And the Cowboys survive that one. But Lennox Prakash on the inside. If Herbin could have found him, Prakash would have been in over the line. And the Broncos could have been locking it up 18 apiece. Through the hands this time. Chris Lord through the gap. Finds Kaval out to the left. He'll pump the legs, trying to get away from the tackle of number 14. That was Tyson Payne. Moana will play the ball. Final tackle here for the Cowboys. It's Wallace with the kicking duties. He'll punch it down to the wing of Michael Crimp. He's dangerous on the returns. Does well to get away from one. Taken down the good tackle by Tyler Amatangi. So good defence rushing up on the Broncos early. It was Amatangi and Zach Smith combining on that one. They stay short side through Herbin. Inside to Tom O'Mac this time. The wingers combining, trying to get the Broncos out of their own half as Herbin this time goes short to Diab. Forced back and a good tackle by Wallace. Tell you what, Herbin playing in the halves is a new one. We haven't seen that over the first 2 seasons. Obviously, fullback for the Storm. Had a sabbatical overseas, came back to the Seagulls as Moscow makes a break up through the middle, almost getting away from Delaney. Oh, sorry, it was Jason Farah. Does well to run him down, and Kieran Wells runs from dummy half this time. So frantic times at both ends of the park, but the Cowboys seem to be getting good quick play the balls at the moment. Namana, 15 out. They go to Wallace, short ball to Kasakau. The big second rower charging his way, trying to push his way off the tackle of Jordan Ford. They go right this time to Kaval, juggles for a moment, forced backwards, so final tackle. They'll probably go back to Damian Moana for the kick here. They do, so he'll put it high, out to the wing of number 2. That's Bunty Kambolo, going up for it well, but it's Michael Crimp who comes away with it, and there's no one in front of him. Wallace is chasing. It looks like Crimp's got too much speed and he'll run the length of the field. It's Joseph Sangster chasing, but Evans, sorry, who is it? It's Cherry Evans, too much speed. Sorry, Michael Crimp, too much speed, and the Broncos strike back before half time. Sorry, we're in the second half. Don't know what I said there. But anyway, Anthony Delaney will line it up to level the game I can't believe we're 56 minutes through this game already. It's just flying by. An exciting, a pulsating game. This Queensland Derby is locked up 18 apiece here in Townsville after the Cowboys led at half-time 18-6. We are in for a cliffhanger final quarter. So don't forget, tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. New Zealand time, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Australian time. It's the Warriors taking on the Parramatta Eels live from Christchurch Stadium. And then straight after that, at 9:30 p.m. New Zealand time, 7:30 p.m. Australian Eastern, it's the Penrith Panthers, Nathan Fisher, taking on the Manly Sea Eagles, tipped as favourites to go back-to-back. And they will wrap up the pre-season round here in the Simulation Rugby League Premiership. So just on the Cowboys side of halfway they go. They go from Prakash, finds his front row partner in Coda Diab. Farah goes to Herban on the final, punching it down to the wing of Cambolo, who comes back hard. Bunty Cambolo gets away from the first tackle, can't get away from the clutches of Dan Mason. Mason does well, taking down his opposite. Cowboys possibly starting to falter as Pete Veretto's come away from this one. Not good signs at all for the skipper. Pete Veretto's gone down the heap, clutching his left shoulder, and not good signs for the big fiery redhead. In fact, he has come from the field, so that is disappointing for big Pete Veretto. And we'll have to wait and see who will come on. It looks as though David Hastings might be coming on in the number 13 jumper as he makes his way onto the park. No, it's Tyson Payne, in fact, who's just come back on. Jordan Ford's back onto the park as well. So it looks like Justin Plays and Pete Veretto are ringing the interchanges as Plays makes a bust up through the middle. His best run of the game so far. Delaney through the hands to Raymond. So it'll be interesting to see how this will have an impact on the context in the last 20 minutes of this game, with Pete Veretto off the field. We'll be starting from the interchange bench next week. You would have to think he won't be training. Of course, we'll have to wait and see how serious it was. He may even make his way back onto the field tonight, as Wallace finds his former Eels teammate Kobe Johnston. Kobe Johnston's had a pretty quiet game tonight, you'd have to say. Not many touches of the ball. His trademark runs through the middle haven't been seen as often as we would have liked. But in saying that, he's got some able bodies around him. So final tackle now, it's Moana to play the ball to Wallace, running it on the 5th. Possibly just testing out a couple of options, but possibly not the right one when you're locked up 18 apiece, 16 minutes remaining. But this back five for the Broncos, you probably would say it would be their starting back five, with Michael Crimp and Tomo Mack on the wings. Sam Herban's definitely your starting number one, and Weston and Plays in the middle. You might be forced to try Michael Crimp at fullback, as Herban punches it deep down on the 4th, finding Moscow and Amatangi up in the line. Amatangi does well to get back, but a good chase from the Broncos outside backs, forcing the Cowboys back on their own 20, need to run 80 metres to score here. As Irwin takes it forward. Kasakau back on the park. His second stint of the game. Good quick play of the ball. Wells still barking orders from the back. And Sangster goes in to play dummy half. Looking to cook early as Cavall. Does it well. Looking for a 40-20. Can't quite get the angle right, but it's going to bounce all the way back into the Broncos in goal as Evans treks back and does well to get away from the first line of defence. Taken down eventually by Amatangi. And lucky it was as well, as Amatangi was the last line of defence. Mason taking it forward. Good charge by Dan Mason. Up outside the Broncos 20 they go. 13 minutes remaining here in Townsville. Locked up 18 all. We will be going to Golden Point if we need, as the Broncos have turned it over. Knocked on into the glass of Damien Moana. And straight away Cooper Gronk darts down that right-hand edge. Into the Broncos 10 they go. Wells the dummy half to Moana. Cut out pass to Irwin. Charging it forward into the tackle of Jordan Ford there. Right they come, or left they come once again. Thomas Wallace. Thomas Wallace charging forward. And Thomas Wallace looks to have gone under the posts for his first try in Cowboys colours. Again, the referee wants to go upstairs. But no problems at all from that angle. And Wallace dots down for the Cowboys' fourth try and pushes them back out in front. So that takes away the field goal opportunity for either side. And it's forcing Brisbane. They have to score next, you'd have to say, with a little over 10 minutes remaining. Kavar will slot it through the uprights into the grandstands, adds the extra 2. 24 points to 18 here in Townsville. So we just went through the Broncos lineup, well, their back five, as we look at the Cowboys back five. We've already touched on the Luka Moscow, Tyler Ramatangi situation, but you've also got Damien Moana, who could be an option at fullback. And if Moana was to go to fullback, then you'd really have to look at who could be that 5'8" cover. First impressions there could be Kieran Wells, could slot into the 5'8", but they really don't have too many options to play around with. I think it's safe to say Moana and Kavar will hold down that 6 and 7 for the season. The charge from Wells from dummy half takes it up just outside the Broncos 20. Tell you what, if the Broncos could, if the Cowboys could score here, that would really put a dent in the Broncos' confidence, but they don't get a good kick away. Justin plays, takes it down safely. Didn't really have the depth on that one. Off the boot of, I think it was Kaval. Staying short side through Farah. They find Weston close to the touchline. Does well to come back in field. Taken down by Luka Moscow. This time it's Farah who decides to take the line on. Size is not in his favour as he comes into contact with two big Cowboys forwards. A 38-metre gain here for the Broncos as Evans plays it on the 5th, and Delaney decides to just punch it down to the wing of Moscow and gets his outside backs to put the pressure on him, and does well to get out to the Cowboys 20. Again, it's been a quiet game from the Cowboys skipper so far. You'd have to say he's leading the team well, and Kieran Wells is definitely guiding his team around the park as good as any hooker I have seen in the SRL. So good confident builders here for the Cowboys as Kimbolo almost gets away from Michael Crimp. One of the biggest wingers in the SRL, Bunty Kimbolo. And a good matchup up against Michael Crimp in this one here tonight. Not a good kick for the Cowboys as the Broncos get early possession in the Cowboys half through Anthony Delaney. He's had a busy half, Anthony Delaney, coming on for Levi Raymond in the halves. Be interesting to see whether Delaney and Raymond could partner up over the coming weeks. That would mean Cherry Evans possibly move back to the centres. Tomo Mack getting the start on the right wing tonight. Herban wrapped up on the 5th. Not the end of the set they would have wanted with 4.5 minutes remaining. It's the Cowboys up 24 points to 18 at the moment. After being up 18 points to 6 at one stage, the Broncos came back halfway through the second half. 18 all. But at the moment it's the Cowboys with a 6-point lead. And you can hear the crowd in the background as time continues to tick down. Gronk forced to make the kick, can't get it away. Ford comes away with it. Not the end of the set the Cowboys would have wanted. And the opportunity gates are open for the Broncos here as Raymond charges up through the middle, just bumps off 2 or 3 defenders, and the Broncos all of a sudden only 15 metres out here. They go through the hands to this near side of Michael Crimp. Still around about 12 metres out. Good quick play the ball to Tomo Mack. Farah gives it to Payne on the charge, back on the inside line. Into the Cowboys 10 they go. They stay this right side. Herman back inside to Cherry Evans. The big 5'8", wrestling with Kieran Wells, who does well. They stay right. Herman puts the kick in, collects well, but can't get it down before he crosses over the back of the in goal. And the Cowboys will take it back out to the 20 for the restart. So Herban, an acrobatic display at the end there, but couldn't quite get the ball down before the in goal ended. So a minute remaining here at Townsville. It's the Cowboys, ball in hand at the moment, leading 24 to 18, but they've given it away once again. It's Herban with the intercept. So a final throw of the dice for the Broncos. 30 seconds remaining, possibly 2 plays. As Ford plays the ball, Farah to big Jack Spillane charging it forward. This will be the final play for the Broncos. Have they got something in the tank? As Herban decides to change it forward, the siren goes and the Cowboys win tonight. 24 points to 18 here at home. Pre-season goes to the Cowboys in this Queensland Derby. Well done to Chris Lord and Damien Moana and the Cowboys outfit. They will take the win tonight. 24 points to 18. 4 tries to 3. Rohan Kaval, Tyler Amatangi, Damien Moana and Thomas Wallace for the Cowboys. For the Broncos it was Pete Veretto, Tyler Weston and Michael Crimp. But overall a really exciting game after the Cowboys were up 18 points to 6 at half time. Broncos coming back with 2 tries early in the second half to level at 18 all. But a late try to Thomas Wallace, and the Cowboys have started season 3 the way they would have wanted, and they will go into round 1 of season 3 proper next week with a lot more confidence. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's coverage of SRL pre-season, and we hope you enjoy us. You join us tomorrow night for 2 further games here live on SRL TV.